Happy Wednesday morning, everyone. Of course, I asked you guys how you guys are doing on this hump day. Now, looking out the window, it's a little bit sunny outside, a lot better than the past few days. But even though it's sunny, it is cold outside, hence why you hear my nose a little clogged right now because I am still under the weather. Now, why don't you guys try opening the window for about 5 minutes and letting the fresh air, the clean air come throughout your house or your office buildings, and getting fresh air into your home, office, or your classroom can help you focus on your work better. So, if you can, try opening the window and it'll get your mood feeling better as well. Now, when opening the window, I gotta warn you guys, try to get a hoodie, something warm because it is cold outside and you do not want to catch a cold like me. Now, at least try to get the fresh air to flow into your homes while we listen to the very first song. And hopefully, the fresh air will make you feel like you're getting a beautiful soul. And that song we got for you guys right now, Jesse McCartney with Beautiful Soul. Jesse McCartney with Beautiful Soul. And right now, you guys are tuning in to What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, a couple of things I want to remind you guys. How do you get in contact with us? Pretty simple. Send a text message to sharper pound 1013 for a charge of 51. Hit us up on Kakao Talk, but to do that, you have to add TBS efm as a plus friend. Also, if you're living under a rock, go online and download the Twitter app and follow us on Twitter at TBS What's Poppin'. And we're live in the studio, so our phones are ready for all the phone calls. Please give us a call at 02-778-1013, wherever you are on this planet. Even if you're from in space, I don't know, if you're from another planet or if you're on a spaceship somewhere, just give us a call. We want to hear from all the listeners. And also, if you have a longer email, want to give us a shout out or have any questions at all, the address is efmpoppin@gmail.com. And if you're interested in our playlist, please come check it out on our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. Now, moving on to our favorite segment, Today's Pick. Alrighty, y'all. The question of the day. Do you guys know what today is in Korea? Now, today is called Hanro, which is another Korean traditional subdivision out of 24 seasonal divisions. Now, it's the period right before the cold dew turns into the frost because of the coldness. Now, the subseason has been existing for our ancestors to anticipate the weather for farming. Now, since the temperature gets lower after Hanro, the harvest has to be done by then. And the colors of the leaves change to brown, orange, yellow. And with summer birds such as swallows leaving the town to the southern parts to avoid coldness. Now, on top of that, people you see chuotang, which is a soup made with loach. Now, chuotang is a Korean health food. For those of you who don't know about this, they eat this for their bodies to regain its strength. Now, if you're not familiar with this and you live from abroad and you're living in Korea now, try some chuotang today if you can, because today is the day you're supposed to try or eat chuotang. And I might try it. I haven't had it. I've lived here for 15, 16 years and still haven't had any chuotang because I'm not a really big fan of loach, but maybe since it's the day you're supposed to eat it, I'll try it out. Never too late to try new things. Well, as you guys know, time passes, and then, of course, the season and weather change. And speaking of changes, we're going to listen to a song by Taylor Swift. Of course, the word changes in the song, and it's called Everything Has Changed, featuring Ed Sheeran. Taylor Swift featuring Ed Sheeran with Everything Has Changed. What a beautiful song. It's very true what the song lyrics are talking about if you think about it, because it's basically saying when a new person comes into your life and you're really into that person, your whole life perspective can change. For the positive, of course. Now, this track is from Taylor Swift's fourth studio album, Red, which was released back in 2012. And the song was written by Swift and Ed Sheeran. And lyrically, the artists sing about wanting to get to know a lover better. Now, when you find a new lover in your life, everybody's curious, wants to know new things about this person. And in the beginning of a relationship, that's the best part too, because you guys go on dates, you're learning new things. Some not great all the time. Of course, you might be like, oh, this person bites his nails. You notice some pet peeves that really bother you, but at the same time, you realize all the good stuff overcome the bad stuff, and you fall in love more and more with this person. And this is what the song is talking about. Everything changes. Yes, and with that said, I'm going to change the topic to Twitter, because we're blowing up right now, of course. Now, Sophie just tweeted in, chuotang is one of my favorite foods. LOL, you should try it. Well, now you know what you can have for lunch today. Chuotang, because today is the day to eat chuotang here in Korea. I might try it. I'm not saying I don't want to try it. It's just something that's not like, oh, I want chuotang, but it is hanlo, so maybe I'll try it for the first time, you know? There's a first for everything. All right. Also, we have one from Maliana who wrote, Good Wednesday morning, B and company. Things are warming up on my side of the hemisphere. Bring on summer. Oh, you're so lucky. I mean, we just had summer. It was really hot in Korea, but, you know, it's getting a little cold outside, and hence you can hear me sound a little nasal. I think I sound like a nicer dude, like a nerdy dude when I'm nasally and sick. A lot of people are tweeting in and messaging me personally saying, get well, get rest, you sound like you're sick. Yes, because I am sick, but at the same time, I feel like Mr. Rogers. I don't know if you guys grew up in that era where Mr. Rogers was who you watched on TV to learn about a lot of stuff, you know. He's not with us anymore, of course, but you know that scene when he's sitting down and he puts his cardigan on and he's talking to the kids on TV? That's kind of what I feel like right now. Not that old, but I feel like the nice, nerdy, hi guys, hi boys and girls. That's what I feel like today because my voice sounds a little twangy. Anyways, moving on, we have a great song for you guys. It's by an artist named Jaheim, and it's perfect because what am I doing right now? I'm DJing, and the song is called Like a DJ. Yeah. That was my man Jaheim singing Like a DJ. Now y'all know that we're already at the end of our second half, or the first half. I'm sorry, we're going to start the second half. But since we are at the end of the first half of our show, we're going to play the last song for you guys before we get into the second segment, of course. And today we have Groovy Grooves, which are going to play some slower songs, some R&B tracks and ballads for you guys. And the last song is going to be by Christina Aguilera, and the song we got for you guys called Thank You. Of course, I'm going to dedicate this to my fans, and she wants to dedicate it to her fans. And also, speaking of fans, we had a caller come in earlier, or call in, named Rania from Uzbekistan, living in Seoul. And wants to give a shout out to all the Russian-speaking population and people here in Korea, because there are no Russian-speaking radio stations in Korea. So he wants to make a shout out. And I want to give a shout out right back to you, Renea. Yes, there aren't any Russian-speaking radio stations, but you never know. Maybe you could be the first DJ in Korea to become a Russian DJ. There you go. Spasiba. I think that means thank you. Spasiba. Yes, I think that's what I learned in Russia. Well, for you, for Renea, and all the fans all over the world, this is Christina Aguilera with Thank You. Alrighty, y'all, welcome back, and you guys are now tuned in to TBS efm 101.3 with your boy Brian Chu, and it's already the second half of What's Poppin', and we've got, of course, Wednesday's segment, Groovy Grooves, with your boy Jazzy Jew, and it's filled with smooth grooves of R&B music for the soul. There you go. But for now, a word from our sponsors. Yeah. Are you guys ready for Wednesday's second segment, of course? Groovy Grooves with Jazzy Jew. Now, for today's second segment, we're going to go back to the 80s, of course, and play some 80s jams for y'all. And the first song for Groovy Grooves is by none other than Madonna, singing a song called Holiday. Now, when you listen to this song, of course, your body's going to want to move and bob your heads, and everybody's going to be like, what's going on? Why is my body moving to the groove? Now, Holiday is from her debut self-titled album, Madonna, which was released back on September of 1983, a long time ago. A long time before any of y'all listeners, most of you listeners, were even born. Now, Madonna has performed this song on most of her tours, and her most recent one was at the MDNA tour. Now, the song is generally included as a part of the encore or as a closing song of her show. Now, showing the song's popularity, of course, there have been lots of cover versions of the song as well. Artists such as Heaven 17, Madhouse, Girl Authority are the ones who covered the song, of course, because that's how popular and that's how much people love this song. Now, on top of that, it has been in the soundtrack of many TV shows as well. So you guys might be like, what song was this? But once you listen to it, it might all come back to you. So check it out. This is Madonna with Holiday. That was Holiday by my girl Madonna. What you guys think? You guys are probably thinking, I've heard this song before. I told you, because it's been in a lot of movies and TV shows, maybe even some commercials. Or maybe if you're walking down the street and you heard it on the radio at a cafe or just on the street, a lot of people, yes, have heard this song. Now, moving on, we're going to actually go over some tweets. Some, I guess, text messages as well. 8050 just wrote, tomorrow is Korean Day. Yo, happy birthday, Korean. Yes, it is. Tomorrow is Korean Day, so we'll keep you guys informed tomorrow as well on that. Also, 8050 also wrote, 오빠 아프지 마요. 제가 더 마음이 아프네요. 아프지 마요. So basically saying don't be sick. But you know what? You can't control the human body. We do break down at times. We're not machines. So hopefully I will get better soon. 9954 wrote, 오늘 날씨가 추워요. 옷 두껍게 입고 다니세요. With a heart and a crying, I guess tears and stuff like that. Yes, it is getting colder outside. I am wearing a hoodie. I'm going to start busting out my jacket soon, of course, because it's going to be even colder in a short amount of time. Now on Twitter as well, we're blowing up. We got to go on Twitter. Let me see what's going on. 5 notifications. Serena Chang wrote, holiday. I want to go for another holiday. Throwback track. Love it. Brand new music. That's what we do here. We're trying to put you guys on I guess I want to call it a earcation. You know, you're on not a vacation, earcation, because you're listening to music through your ears and trying to relax, and you're all going on a holiday. You know, just imagine yourself on the beach, having a nice cocktail, or for the young kids, of course, having a nice little juice or a soda, looking at the beach, listening to the waves crashing. That's called an earcation. There you go. Copywritten. It's my word, y'all. Earcation. Anyways, we're going to go into the next song. Next up is another 80s jam. Duran Duran singing Rio. Now, back in the 80s, when it first came out, it was such a new style of music. And on top of that, when thinking of the band from the New Waves era that are still around, I bet the first band that comes to mind, and to everybody's mind, is Duran Duran. Now, back in the 80s, they were the first boy band group with good looks, of course, which also helped them gain popularity as well. Now, the track we're going to listen to is the fourth, the final, and the title single from the band's album, Rio, of course. So let's check it out. And right after that, we got another track for y'all. It's by a crazy lady. I want to call her crazy lady in a good way. Crazy to me is a good word because she knows how to have fun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Girls just want to have fun. That lady, but not that song. So we got Duran Duran with Rio and Cyndi Lauper with She Bop. Yeah. That was Duran Duran's Rio. And, of course, we just heard Cyndi Lauper's She Bop. And a lot of people in Korea love this song because it sounds like she's saying a lot of Korean foods like kimbap, albap. Yes, there's so many words in there that you're probably thinking like, oh, okay, I've had these foods in Korea before. So it's like the Korean food anthem, I guess. So thank you, Cyndi Lauper. But guess what, guys? It's time to wrap up this segment. And we have the last song for the segment, of course, for our Groovy Grooves. And the Groovy Grooves, the last song is by an artist named Mary Jane Girls. So check that out. And the song we're going to play for you guys is called Candyman. That was Mary Jane Girls with Candyman. And guess what, y'all? We're already out of time for today, so we're going to wrap our show up with the last song for our show. It's by an artist named Robbie Williams. I know a lot of you guys know him. All the younger generation might not know him. But the song we're going to play for you guys is called We're the Pet Shop Boys. So check it out. Don't be too sad, though. I'll be back tomorrow. Even though tomorrow's a holiday, we're still going to have Elmo Chung with Check the Rhyme tomorrow, so get ready for that. But on behalf of TBS efm's What's Poppin', this is Brian Ju signing off. Peace.